Hi. The Running Jackal Podcast. Jackal Podcast. So I should be coming up to the first kilometer pretty soon. I'm walking in the snow today. Today I've never seen this much snow, not since I left Quebec. There was at least, I would say, 4 or 5 inches of snow on my front steps. I actually had to shovel my way out today. I left the steps as clear as possible now that it's not snowing, with the hope that my permanent residence card will be delivered in the next few days. It's almost unbelievable. My passport, my laptop, my documentation, all that sort of stuff, all the cash that we lost, that was on November the 17th. We went to the police we went to the embassy for my replacement passport on the 18th, and it's taken this long, and I'm almost back to where I was on November the 16th. I have a new laptop. I have a new passport. I've checked the tracking on my permanent residence card and it has been sent. That was another reason I cleared the steps, because I don't know about here, but back in Quebec, if you don't clear your steps, the mailman doesn't have to deliver your mail. It's all to do with safety of the letter handlers, I believe. I'm going to be taking a picture at every kilometer today, which means I will have 8 pictures. 8 pictures of the snow here in Victoria. The rental bikes aren't doing a roaring business at the moment. There's one up to its pedals.
Distance 1 kilometers. Average heart rate 100. Workout average pace 12 minutes 4 seconds per kilometer.
To its pedals in snow. I guess I should take a picture of it. This one is normally lying on the ground or propped up against the tree, but today somebody stood it up. Got it. So that's 1 kilometer done. 7 to go.
Zone 2.
Good morning, man. How are you?
Good yourself?
Pretty good, yeah. Normally I'd be running, but
Yeah, not today.
you can't run in this stuff. It's impossible. Besides, you might break your neck.
Oh, yeah. And people, especially people not taking care of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Once it stops snowing and it's raining.
It'll ice up.
Ice up.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good day.
The Running Jackal Podcast.
Zone 1.
It's one of my East Indian neighbors. Well, not quite a neighbor. He's exactly 1 kilometer from my home.
Zone 2.
Oops.
Zone 1.
Hang on a second. I have a pin on the bottom of my recording pouch that I use for precisely this kind
Zone
of
2.
situation when I'm trying to record audio with the device outside my shirt this time to try and prevent some of that inherent clothing noise that you get when the device slides around inside my clothing.
Zone 2.
So far, 1 week into my Facebook experiment, trying not to share willy-nilly, I have basically 4 sites that I manage. One is my home page on Facebook. The other one is my alter ego, my Running Jackal podcast page.
Zone 1.
That is where you will find most of this kind of content. My audio recordings, my videos, my relive flyby simulations, what have you.
Zone 2.
The reason I have my iSmooth Run app set for 1 kilometer intervals is because I am planning to record 3 12-minute files today. Today is what would have been a walking day, which I am now walking. Yesterday should have been a running day, which I walked. And tomorrow is supposed to be a running day when I record, but I might well have enough time banked so that I can take tomorrow off and wait for the snow to melt, which is supposed to happen by Thursday or Friday.
Zone 3.
Then I can get back into my running. Alright, so I'm now on Carnegie Crescent, heading towards the noise of Mackenzie. Oh no, I'm going wrong already. That's right, I'm not doing this loop, I'm doing a different one. I'm doing Rob's 5-miler in reverse. That is right. So I'm probably going to add an extra couple of minutes to the walk. That's okay. It all goes in the bank, so to speak, as I now cut across Blair Park. heading back towards my original route. Excuse me. That was my chocolate. Didn't have any porridge today. Had my coffee, had my chocolate. And now I'm up to my mid-calf, sorry, not mid-thigh. Halfway up my calf muscle in snow. I was wondering about whether I should wear boots or not, but because I'm planning to do a fair amount of walking today, I decided to... That's okay. He's probably curious. Yeah. I always find it's worth talking to the owner, then the dog knows I'm friendly. Hello, pup. Well, I do a lot of running, so I'm quite used to dealing with dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been bitten for about 4 years. I wasn't really bitten, I was just... The dog jumped up and hooked his teeth into my sweatshirt and hung there for a little while as I admonished its owner. That was at Elk Lake.
The Running Jackal Podcast.
Hi, Carlos. I'm just going past a place where they keep quite a lot of fancy chickens. And there's a lot of cockadoodle doing going on.
Very nice.
You might appreciate that.
Oh yeah, that's great. Thank you.
It's a great sound, isn't it?
It sure is. I guess you have your dog with you, eh?
Okay, so we're back on the air. I'm about to take a picture at the 3 kilometer mark.
Zone 1.
Yeah, this is Gordon Head Road, and as you could see on the top of that recycle box, there
Zone
is
0.
approximately 4 inches of snow piled on there. I do have my good camera with me today as well, but I'm planning to leave it until I see something very scenic or very
Zone 2.
noticeable, remarkable, that's what I should say, until I see something remarkable to take a picture of, because snow is snow. We've all seen it. I mean, it's just very unusual here. But you have to remember that I spent close to 9 years, I think it was. More. No. A good chunk of time in Montreal. I arrived in 81, so I saw a fair amount of deep snow. Regular blizzards happen in Quebec.
Zone 1.
It's one of the snowier parts of Canada. The Olympic Range on the Washington side of the Straits of Wonder Fuca gets a lot of snow. They get it straight off the ocean when the winds are right and the moisture hits the cold air. That's what's happening now. Moist, warm Pacific air is hitting the Arctic outflow, causing this vortex, this polar vortex. As I approach San Juan Avenue, I'm not sure if I set it. I think I set it for kilometers. That's right, assuming that I would be walking 12-minute kilometers. I'm going to be hard pushed to manage that. So basically I'm recording 1 kilometer of dialogue.
Zone 1.
Oh, there's a bus just about to cross San Juan. He's talking to a guy with a snow shovel. I'm wondering if he's stuck there. He can't move. He's being pushed by a tow truck. Now the bus has just slewed around. Gotta take a picture of this. Just gotta.
You guys got rope? I got one, yeah. Give it to me and I'll pull him. I can pull you if you want. You guys are awesome. Push and pull. I'm not even going to go straight anymore. I'm just going to go. You have a rope?
Zone 2.
So he's let off all his passengers and he's now planning to reroute, stay on Golden Head Road and go straight home. Anyway, another delay. As I walk down the middle of Golden Head Road, well, if you don't come out, you don't see these things. That's what I always say. No point staying at home, waiting for the power to go off. Might as well get out and do some serious walking. There's not much else going on. Even the buses can't get around.
Zone 2.
He's still there blocking the intersection.
Zone 1.
I'm going to stay facing the cars until something comes this way. Oh, there's something. Let me just get to the next gap in the cars, the parked, snowbound cars, and wade my way through the drift out of the car's way.
Zone 1.
The other thing I'm having to deal with a lot now is the overhanging branches that normally are well over my head are now being weighed right down with the snow. So I'm having to duck and go around where the branches have drooped. Once I get around this next corner that I'm coming up to, I'll check my second chapter of recording. Thank you, Ree, by the way, for your submission. I didn't even get a chance to listen to it yet, but I noticed it was about 1.5 minutes long, so perfect to go in between chapter 1 and this chapter 2. This is a suicidal path that I'm walking now, right down to a blind corner in the middle of a major road.
Zone 1.
It's kind of indicative of the lifestyle and the privilege of the first world that we live in, that most of us live in, that when there's this major snow setback, that people can afford just to phone in and say, sorry, can't make it. The world is not going to stop. The big picture will continue, even if they don't get to work. Hello. It's almost safer to walk down the middle of the street.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the other thing is all these drooping...
Oh, the trees.
Yeah, normally I could walk under there.
Word, look at that.
Yeah. It's not going to be long before that one comes down. Anyway. Yep, this will be the end of chapter 2.
Zone 2.
It's a little bit easier for me to keep track of the chapters when I only have 3 sessions to record and keep track of. The other day I was trying 5-minute chunks, and I was doing 5 minutes on and 5 minutes off,
Zone
but
1.
I found that a little complicated and I kind of lost track, but no big deal. I'm the only one who wants the shows to be 36 minutes long. I have a thing about 36 minutes. What can I say? Special number. Alright, so that's probably another 12-minute chunk. We just check. Yep, once again, having to put in my password to open my normally touch-sensitive phone. Okay, what was I doing? Checking the recording, that's right. Well, it's 10 minutes. I'll let it run a little longer and then pause it. Well, stop it so I'll have discernible chunks. I'll have 3 files by the end of this session. I'm hoping anyway. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more chapter breaks, but I got one. That was the sound of
Halfway to your goal.
that was the sound of a tree branch breaking. I hope you caught that. It is beautifully quiet here, though. It really makes a huge difference. That was one of those BBC huges. Makes a huge difference when there's no cars moving around. There goes the Saanich police truck. Alright, so until chapter 3, I bid you a brief pause from my voice. I give you a brief pause from my monotone.
The Running Jackal Podcast.
So it's a day later now, and I am running for the first time this week. The trails are still full of snow, but it's not quite so cold, so the snow is kind of crunchy, but not soggy. It's not melting just yet. I have to hope that a few people have come down this way already in the last few days. Yep, there's a new piece of blowdown there blocking the trail. So this is the last chapter of this week's show, the midweek show. Hopefully on Sunday there will be no snow left to talk about. More blowdown. Yep. No chance of having a tree fall on me today. There's no wind. No wind at all. Temperatures will rise steadily for a day or so. Hopefully we'll get light rain instead of snow, which should help to dissolve the snow. Excuse me. Today I'm running out for essential supplies. I have my empty backpack, I have my debit card, and my Save on Foods customer card for discounts. Just be coming up on the mushroom colony in a minute. So 12 minutes, that's all I have with you today is the colony. Just snow. A snowy stump today. And I turned down away from the street. I'm going to be running past the outdoor school. I will probably switch my recorder off when I get onto Whittaker. That'll be about That'll be about 10 minutes from now. So I just heard one 5-minute reminder. It's very pretty and the running conditions are fine. In a way it's almost easier because as long as I can see white, I know there's nothing protruding through the snow. It's when it's brown on black, that's when it's hard to see. But everything is almost in monochrome today as I negotiate safe passage across ash and back onto the Douglas Creek Trail. Heading towards the parking lot and the outside school. I don't know if they'll be here today because the regular bricks and mortar schools are closed. I think they closed them so that the parents don't have to risk driving on the snowy roads. A lot of businesses have closed for the duration of the blizzard. They're sending their staff home. Okay. I should be seeing them by now. The kids, that is. Oh, no kids in this area. Today there won't be a lot of elevation change. It's mainly a flat run to the store for beer, coffee, milk. Just a litre of Homo should get me through. The parking lot's empty, apart from one guy who just stopped off to use the bathroom. As I walk next to the brick washroom. No, the kids are not here. I guess they're all at home helping dig their driveways and stuff. I'm approaching Cordova Bay Road, so I'm going to pause it for a second because I'm hiking this next little bit. I'll have a look, see how the recording is going, and then decide how much more we need. I've already started editing yesterday's recordings, plus Ree's little message that you heard between chapter 1 and 2. Let me pause it now because it's getting noisy. So I have 7 recorded, so another 5 more will be enough for today. So, having only just started running this week, today I am going to be way down at the bottom of the stats for the Extra Mile Strava group. Mind you, if I called all my hikes and walks runs, I would be at the top of the list. Or closer to it, anyway. Who knows? It might be one of those situations where Jane does another 20-miler. It depends what shift she's on. So we're waiting for the next announcement, basically. 7 and 5 is 12. Having to climb through some broken branches here too. Everything is so snowed up. It's unbelievable. Still no recording from JD and Anthony. I think Anthony's working days or something. I don't know how that works. Up I go. Another climb. Up and over the zone 4, do you see? I noticed that running and walking in the snow makes it a lot harder. I was having no trouble holding zone 3 on my hike yesterday. I don't know if you got to see the little video that I posted of the stranded bus. It's on the Running Jackal podcast Facebook page. There is a muted version on Kevin's Extra Mile podcast page. Not sure why it was muted, but something went wrong. That's okay. The visuals explain it all. I'm trying to cut back on sharing other people's content. Trying to only post what I generate myself. Anyway, I just heard my 5-minute reminders, which means that I'm up to 12 on this chapter. So all that's left is for me to wish you all a safe rest of the week, and I will be talking to you again, no doubt, either Saturday or Sunday, depending if I have arranged to run with anybody. So, the running jackal once again running on the snowy trails, saying bye-bye from Mount Doug. Oh, another tree to climb over.